Hello everybody, just a quick update on what's going on after the wreck. We had got a couple of things that were bent and broken that I had to order in. Some things I've replaced already, some things I haven't. In the meantime, I don't know if you can see it, but we got some snow. Let's see, out here in the front yard is actually where Mesa Verde National Park is. Let's see if we can get it there in the background. The point that is just over my shoulder is Mesa Verde National Park. And you can't really tell in the video, but there's still some snow up there. It's starting to melt now, thankfully. Gonna work on my review video tomorrow. In the meantime, let's go inside the garage because it's a little chilly out here, even though I have my flannel on today. It's supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow and Sunday. So hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit of riding in this weekend. Let's see. Okay, into the junky garage. Got bikes and ladders hanging everywhere. All right, so here we go. Okay, so the first thing that we want to look at here, we talked about some of it in the video. Some of the things were obvious. Let's see, there's only one turn indicator, so that broke off. This ended up being really bent, so I had to pull it out. I stuck it in the vise, bent it back. Thankfully it didn't break, so that's a benefit. The mirror didn't get damaged. That's pretty fancy. I got new handlebars. I probably didn't have to buy them, but here's the old ones. And you can't really tell how bent they are when you're just looking at them like that, but by golly, when you're riding along, there's a pretty substantial difference between the right side and the left. Obviously, I do not have my hand guards on. I am going to be ordering some bark busters shortly, and then we'll get those put up here. Let's see, what else happened? Oh yeah, so anyway, here's the new handlebars. They are Renthal motocross handlebars. And my goodness, the inside thickness, the wall of these is so much sturdier than these guys right here. Let's look at them side by side. I mean, that one's got the insert in it, but you can tell that the wall is much thicker on the Renthals, which is why they probably cost a lot more. The one thing that we did have to do whenever I was installing putting the grips back on, it didn't come with any holes pre-drilled. So there's a little knobby underneath this controller and underneath this one to keep them centered on the bike. So I did have to drill a hole into the round bar. And if you've ever done that, you know it's not super easy to do. What I did is once I marked it, I got a Dremel out and I just scored it enough just to get so that the drill bit would stay in the hole. So that worked out pretty well. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can, here's the tank. I actually had, and you can see that deformation right there. There's a little bit of a crease in it. It was much deeper. I had a suction cup from a camera mount that I stuck on there and pulled it out a little bit. Like I said, I've got some tank pads coming that are gonna cover that up and that'll be fine. It was bent down and the only way I could actually get it put back is I had to pound each side of this to make that part straighten out. So it's pretty straight now. I sprayed it with some black paint just because it kind of got scraped up a little bit. Did not wash the bike, but I was worried about that. So there you go. Let's see. So these are the replacement bulbs, or the replacement indicators that I got for this. I could not find anything that had the same type of connector. This is the kind of connector that came with the other with the OEM indicators. That bracket holds it in. That just kind of snaps in. And I couldn't find them. They're probably out there. I didn't want to buy OEM, So these little LEDs, I'm going to just mount them inside there, put a couple of washers, both on the inside and on the outside to make sure it's stabilized. That actually goes into a bracket on the frame. We'll see what I can do on that. Once I have those done, I'll show you. Also, I got this in the mail last night. They snuck it in and dropped it off, and I didn't even know it till this afternoon when I checked. But I got a Fuel X Pro, well, Powertronic, I guess, is the company. But anyway, I'm going to get that sucker on in the next couple of days, and we'll see what, if anything, that does. So we're actually at a higher elevation. My house is at 7,500 feet, 74 to 7,500 foot in elevation. And starting from there, I go up higher because that's where all the cool stuff is. So anyway, we'll see. So those are some basics of what happened to the bike, some things that I've already done to correct it, and some things that I'm gonna do. So there's a lot more that's gonna be happening over the next couple of weeks, and I'll keep everybody posted. I'm gonna actually video some of the replacements, and I think the Fuel X Pro, it's $179 from Amazon, so it's a lot. It's cheaper than the big Powertronic ECM. It doesn't do quite as much stuff. It doesn't mess with any of the ignition timing and stuff like that, but they say it makes a big difference. So yeah, we'll figure it out once we put it on and give it a test. So anyway, that is all that I've got for everybody today. And there's me and the bike. Me and the bike. Anyway, thanks a lot, y'all. See you soon.